we have to
Uh,
go. We will go for a wedding reception. So Mama said, okay, she needs something. Amy wants something. So they said, okay, just let's go. And I said,
this is
okay.
just Amy's wedding, right? Somebody else's wedding?
No, no, yes, somebody else. So
Uh,
it was like I was hoping that we will come early, but somehow things just get messed up, and not messed up, but
yeah.
yes. Okay,
Life, the
so it depends.
universe, and everything. Life, the universe, and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Is the
but
music bothersome for you or not, Beena?
I can't hear any music.
Oh, oh wow. Okay. All right. That's just me. Okay. Huh. It's playing over the headset. I had put it off to, but then it went on its own. So I don't know. Okay.
So, how
Yeah,
is
I
your
like music.
meeting with Justin's mother
It
on
wasn't
call?
much of a meeting. We just texted. I didn't
Okay.
call, just text.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that there was a bit more before that, a little bit, not much from her. I just explained a bit more. I said, I'm kind of looking out for Justin, and getting a. And then she said, "Oh, it's a comfort to her." And I just shared the last response to that. You saw the implications
Mhm.
there too, to help keep him balanced, or centered. She said, right, centered. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So he's aware of his uncenteredness. So I was on Zoom this morning with him. I was up early. You saw I was at like 4:30, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So then I texted him because there was just a response to a text he'd sent after I'd gone to sleep. So then he came on, and he came on Zoom, and he was just discussing his problems, and the people are undisciplined and they cockeyed, but they're all cockeyed now. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that was interesting in terms of his he was just kind of sharing and venting a little bit. So it was good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, come on the wave impeccability. But he wants. Oh, I'll do it later. I need to rest. I think in his mind he thinks, oh, this is he doesn't need it, they need it, but it's the other way around. He should start with
Mm-hmm.
him and go through. But anyway, he's gonna jump on board very quickly when they start talking about all the stuff, and he's gonna feel left out. They start what they're talking about, so they're gonna be forced to come on. So all right, so it's the
Yeah.
universe.
Oh, yes.
But it's important that they come. So Monday 8 o'clock, and then they're gonna start every day at 8 o'clock. So that would be good. That would be good.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
I was,
yeah. So
if
that's
her,
potent. That gives us an hour.
Mhm.
What's that?
His
Oh
mother's
no, go
response
ahead.
was important for me. His mother's
Yeah,
response was
yeah,
important for me
yeah,
because
yeah,
somehow
yeah.
we figure out, we just assume that she is the one who is actually legally responsible for all these things. So now I'm okay.
Oh yeah,
Now I'm
oh yeah,
feeling good. So
oh yeah,
that's why
oh yeah.
her
And
response was
she's
important.
the source and the funding and I mean, yes, he
Yes.
may have his own money as well, but nonetheless, I do think that she's the final resource. And I do get that feeling from him, that
Mm-hmm.
wealthy parents, and he said something in that today. He comes from a different culture, and where you can order for yourself in a restaurant. And this is something that really fascinates him or freaks him out and bothers him. Like Lily, he says they go into a restaurant, and she can't order. She can't like place an order. It's like some people are like that. They can't make it. Oh, what do I get? What do I get? What do I get? And it can just drive you crazy. So um,
Huh?
so he's, yeah, they can't make up their minds. They take forever to order, and they just get lost in indecision. There's too many options,
Mm-hmm.
and because they're just not used to it. You see, so
Mm-hmm.
he says, he's coming from a different world where stuff like this is just like, obvious and taken for granted. You know, when you come from you know, like you don't necessarily come from a wealthy background. But it's you have that culture that goes with the sophistication of people who have more means at their disposal. Same for me,
Mm-hmm.
to a certain degree. At least my parents tried. They were very caught up in self-importance and all that. But my mother was very focused on etiquette and status and doing things properly and all this crap. But it does have its uses, especially to understand what's involved. It is useful. So
As it is useful.
there's she's doing refinement for the wrong reasons. But there
Mm,
was at least an effort to be refined in some way or another. You know what I mean?
mm,
So,
mm,
so that was good. But people who don't have any of that, who don't understand anything about refinement on any kind,
mm.
it's I don't know if you've ever been in such company, but it's quite an experience, Lena. Not used
Uh,
to it. Just what things you take for granted. People can do some wild stuff. It's
uh,
very amazing.
I think I shared with you
Mm.
when in Ramazan, I guess, no, not in Ramazan, a few months, like 3, 4 months back, I went out with my friends of Arts Council, and we decided to meet up
Uh-huh.
at a nearby restaurant. And they were waiting for me. I went there later. So she was sitting there,
Uh-huh.
and another friend was also coming there. So it was kind of that the one was waiting, and we were coming. So I was a bit late, like 15, 20 minutes. So it was, she was waiting for me. When I went there, the other friend said, "Oh, I'm already at somewhere else. So why don't you guys come over there? So we'll do some shopping." And the friend who
Yeah,
was
and
sitting at the restaurant, oh,
secretly, I just made these yesterday.
yes, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I boiled them in
she,
my own pot and
yeah,
everything. So I got them from the food bank. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
very good. No, so the other friend called us and she said, "Okay, why don't you just guys come over there?" And the friend who was waiting there, she says, "Let's go." And I said, "No, just wait and we'll have something." She says, "But why?" I said, "Because you were sitting here and just waiting for us, and it's a restaurant, so just be polite, buy something." So I ordered lemonade, and she said, "But Beena, why are you wasting your money?" I said, "Because this is something really, I don't know how to say that, but for her it was like no, but for me it was a bit rudeness." So I ordered, and then we drink that,
She
and
said,
then
"Oh, you're wasting your money to order the lemonade."
yeah.
Hang on, Bina, you broke up a little bit. Hold on one moment. Let me just put this off here. She said
Okay.
you're wasting your money to order the lemonade.
Yes,
It's a bit weird. Why? I don't
because
understand. Why would that be a waste of money?
yeah, because the other friend was calling us to another restaurant. So she says, "Okay, why we are wasting our money here? We'll go there." But she was waiting,
Oh, oh,
sitting at
oh!
the
At the
restaurant.
restaurant, not.
Yeah, and she was the one who was sitting there for 25 minutes, occupying their table in the air conditioning room, and waiting for us. So it was ethically for me, it was rude. So just left, or like, "Please just leave like this." So I said no. So sometimes, yes, I do understand that how people are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It can be wild. It can be wild. But I mean, that's very mild, Bina.
Huh?
That's mild. But yeah, oh yeah, it's mild in terms of cockeyedness. I remember like as a kid, I haven't seen it for a long time. But we used to have parties at the house, and people would
Mm-hmm.
put out their cigarettes, put it out and grind it with their foot on your floors or even on the carpet. It's like,
Huh?
can you just grasp that and imagine that level of unawareness and inconsideration, right? Like when
Oh my
people
god.
put out a cigarette on the pavement, they did it on the floor on the carpet. It's like, what the hell, people? Like, it just was completely incomprehensible to me and blew my mind. And not just one person either, but even if
Wow.
it's just one, that's my point that I'm trying to make, that people do
Yeah.
and can be in ways that will completely just disrupt your conception of being and thinking in any way possible. It's just like, no, 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 this just is not cannot be, it just doesn't make sense. So that kind of behavior, I'm just saying, there are stuff out there, and that people can do
Yes.
wild and weird things, like that. It just blows your mind, and okay, now I don't know if that's the kind of stuff that the people are getting up to there with Justin, but this thing of not being able to order in the restaurant, I mean, it's like, come on, we don't have time to pick any bloody thing. Does it now matter what it is? No, it
Mm.
doesn't matter. So, but uh, they get stuck. They get stuck in stuff. So, little things too. It's just a lack of common sense. But some of it is Justin's fault also, because he's micromanaging to a large extent. And when you do that, you unhook people from thinking for themselves, and so that doesn't work either. Mm.
Mm. Mm.
You have to give people that space to think for themselves, because once they start relying on you to make every decision, they don't want to make decisions because they're afraid of making a mistake. They're afraid of being wrong. You see.
Ah.
Because he's also a bit bossy, and he gets angry with people, and he's lost his temper a couple of times. So now you get the fear thing, and well, what if I choose the wrong thing? So I don't want to be shouted at. Obviously, I would suspect this is very much Lily's concern. Being a woman there,
Mm.
only woman in the group. So that puts her on the defensive. So also, I think he's looking at. He's got this idea of, okay, we're going to do this, and then 10 o'clock this, and this o'clock that, and he's looking at almost like a military type operation. But he also said, but yes, he doesn't want it to be military one. So he's not all that clear in what he wants himself either, and so he's
Mm.
confusing them a little bit also. But if you go
Mm.
too regimented, especially with people like that, it's okay, this is our agenda, we leave at this time, and just leave the rest, and let it all come organically. Don't force it. Don't make too many rules to start with. So, but yeah, poor
Mm.
David, he's not lost the key. He's just struggling, and it's not
Mm.
working for
Mm.
him. So he's gonna leave the thing. And Justin said, oh, he's committed to getting him back to Sedona, which is good because that was important for David. He doesn't want to just abandon him there in the middle of nowhere. you know. So, all right, there's movement, there's things happening at least. So, but yeah, David he's too fractured for the environment, for the situation. It's just not, he's not, in a space emotionally and mentally, for such wildness, unfortunately for him. But it's a great learning opportunity, but he's just not there, So, all right, but little by little, and I need them to come on Zoom if they're gonna want partake of what just to get them some focus and sorted. But again, I was telling Donna earlier, we have to pay
Mhm.
attention in interesting ways. I see so often that I'll connect with somebody, and it's not for the person themselves, it's for somebody that they know that's related or connect to them, that
Mm.
I would not have connected to by themselves. Like maybe they're not on the internet or something like that. You see what I mean?
Mm.
So look at like my connection with your mom.
Mm.
It's not an excellent example, but I would never have connected to your mom in any other way. And
Yes.
um,
Yes.
sometimes small things like our conversation with your mom that somebody heard her. It's a small
Mm.
thing, but it's a huge thing also. So I'm just saying, sometimes there's the indirect. Obviously, our connection is for us, but sometimes it's just also for other things, and sometimes it's exclusively the person is just a conduit, And the real purpose from the universe's point of view, well, the universe is always multi-purpose, but
Hmm.
the deeper purpose is for somebody else that's involved, or for some other reason. It's just a connecting point, so we have to pay attention to those connecting points. It's very important, and not assume that the thing that the universe is bringing us is the thing in itself, and also to understand multi-purpose. The universe is very multi-purpose, so it's very
Moreness.
powerful when you look at things that a little deeper, and see, hey, it's not just this thing. There's more. Because there's always
Hmm.
more.
Always more.
So I thought, with
Yesterday.
Justin's mom,
Hmm.
this is an intent of hers. She's got this wayward son, and okay, she loves her son, and she indulges him, and he's very strong-willed, and he does a lot of things, and he's ambitious, and all of this stuff. But yet she knows that he's not centered. She knows that he's out of balance. So he needs somebody like me. So I potentially see the mom. In this case, yes,
Hmm.
I'll chat to her, and I want to get on Zoom with her and
Hmm.
really go into what I do, how it is, how I see things. That she doesn't have to just sort of take it on a sort of a second-hand information, that she can directly see for herself that, wow, here's somebody that she can and trust and rely on to provide guidance for her son. And
Hmm.
now her, because I do feel like in all likelihood, you know, just from my read of understanding of things, that ultimately she's the money behind the stuff. She's the finance.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
and she's the final responsibility. So basically, I want to, or I will, if this is as I suspect, where she's the finance,
Hmm.
and she's bankrolling the whole thing. And she's always done this with her son. They got plenty of money, and all these business ventures, she financed them, and he did what he did. And
Hmm.
some of the stuff worked, and some of it didn't. But then I can get her to fund me independently. She's
Hmm.
paying for me to be his support. You see what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the
Hmm.
house here. Okay,
Hmm.
I stay here rent free, and you take care of the utilities and stuff. Um, you know, uh, Maybe give me just a little cash for minor stuff. I don't know. I don't need much. But you know that I'm taken care of. But my focus and purpose is wherever Justin is, whatever he's doing, I'm there for him essentially all the time. So
Hmm.
and I can see that this instance, in this case, this will be something that will be a very big deal for Justin's mom, if she knows who, she connects to the fullness of me and sees what I do and who I am and all that. It will be a big deal for
Uh-huh. Hmm.
her. A huge deal. A huge deal.
Yes.
So I hope the
Yes.
corn isn't too loud. I'm eating the corn. Is it okay?
No.
It's okay, yeah?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
Yesterday, my friend Kelly, she sent me some videos. She is into law of attraction, big time. So she sent me a video
All right.
link of a person named Jake Ducey, and he's a young boy, like a young man. Okay, and he the video was about
Mm-hmm.
that five signs. It's a kind of like that how they publicity they do for their courses. It was like, okay, five things, five signs someone is continuously thinking about you. So okay, I watched that because Kelly is a dear friend, so she said I don't say no to her. So but the thing was, it was interesting for me. It becomes interesting for me when he said that uh, if you are looking for something, or things are not working, or you are doing something, there were more, but the one point was when random people start inviting you for something, for just out of nowhere, just random, nothing makes sense to you, just accept that.
Yeah.
This is what you are saying right
Yeah.
now. And
Yeah.
because, like, yes, someone is inviting you for something, but it connects it to more. So sometimes, like for me,
Yeah.
I always say that astrology was just a path to come to this, or more. So and more, of course, not or more
Yeah.
and more. So same with Justin or anyone, even me. You never know that who you will meet
Right. Exactly.
and where
Exactly.
things will go. So saying yes and being open is a good thing, and acceptance that yes, okay, things are
Right.
coming. It was particularly about a relationship thing, but I just took it as more in general.
Yeah. 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 Right. So yeah, this is an important point, and like I said, like you feel too, the connection. You intuitively felt the connection with Justin's mom is the important thing. You feel the same, right?
Yeah, because this is
Isn't that
something really
interesting?
important for you. Yes.
Yeah.
So there is something I want to share with you because I need some guidance for that.
Yes. 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 Some perspective. Not say guidance. Say perspective.
Okay, I don't mind even guidance from you. I can say that. Okay,
No,
I know
I
that.
know, but it's just healthier for one's psychology
Oh
to say
yes. Okay.
perspective.
Hmm.
Before you say on that, Beena, I want to
Hmm.
just make a point to when we discuss others, to
Hmm.
do so with great circumspection, just in general, just to get into
What?
that habit. To, to always discuss others in such a way that if they were to hear our discussion, it wouldn't be a problem. I mean,
Hmm.
it's taken for granted, but to be extra diligent and careful with discussing others.
Huh. But
Like discussing others, but it's something important to just develop that habit, so that when we
mhm.
do this, that we develop a style of discussion that is this way that I'm talking about. One where it doesn't matter if the person hears or not. It's okay. It's a very
Hmm.
powerful way of being, very powerful means of discussing things. It makes for a greater depth and connectivity. It's just huge, just in all ways,
Mhm.
it's just huge.
Mhm. I will try that because sometimes I really don't want to hurt people. But if I'm feeling something, I
No,
cannot deny that. Yep.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. It is to be honest and accurate, but also to practice capital D diplomacy at the same time.
Mhm.
What I'm proposing is a very deep and profound skill.
Hmm.
So it's a small thing, but it's a big thing.
It's a
I'm just
big thing
mentioning
for
it
me
because it's a
because
huge deal to practice. It's a practice of extreme sophistication. Very good thing.
I will try that.
Say
But
again.
yes, I don't want to hurt people because
Say again,
sometimes
Beena.
I'm saying that I will try to do that, but sometimes really I can feel that the motives behind that, uh, the reason behind
No,
that.
no, of course not. No.
But sometimes people just they do something. I can feel that, but I don't want to hurt
Yeah,
them. I
yeah,
don't want to insult them by any means. So it makes me okay, yeah, or
oh
either
yeah,
just
oh yeah,
keep quiet,
oh yeah.
or if someone asks me, like I always say to my mother, don't ask me. If you are asking me, I will say what I feel, what I understand, as per my understanding. So it might be a bit not so pleasant for you, for others, but if you ask me, I will say what I feel. There is no other way for me to say anything.
Came on, I can't see the screen. Who came on? You?
No. Hello.
Yeah. Beena, you're lagging.
Mm-hmm.
You're lagging tremendously, Beena. Could you
Mm-hmm.
leave meeting and come back? You're lagging. I can't. I
Okay.
can't hear you. You. Mm. Mm. Sorry, Bina. I was so enjoying what you were saying, but I couldn't hear. Mm. So just to sum up, you were saying yes, you don't want to hurt anybody, and me neither. But we do need to discuss things, and we do need a safe place where we can go into deep discernment detail. Right, Bina? Oh, not hearing you just yet. I'm not hearing you yet. Let me also leave this meeting from the phone and come back. Maybe it's this as well. It's still showing me there. What's going on? I guess I had two zooms. Come on.